guest speaker, Dr. Omonefe Francis. It's going to be very interesting. Please pick your pen, pick your Bible, and just be ready to jot down some things. Before I go ahead, I really want to apologize to everyone, especially those online. We had a situation here in Warri that there was a protest, so we don't have the venue. And cast cannot even come here as we are speaking. We have to find a way to trend down to the venue because there was a protest. And prayer is still on, so we have to just get away down to this place. So sorry for the delay. We're starting about 30 minutes delay. So sorry about that. Because we had a situation here that we have started much earlier than this. So thank you. And once again, I welcome everyone. I don't need president online. I welcome the president-elect, all AC members, board members, executive ESCO members are online. Thank you so much for finding time to join the Warri Technical session for this October. And we have had a series of events, and this should be our last event for this year before we had the conference in November. And I want to encourage everyone that anytime you see our flyers, our meeting notice, please just endeavor to join. Either for the Warri chapter, for the Port Harcourt chapter, for the New Calabar chapter, for the North America chapter, for the UK Europe chapter, for the Lagos headquarters chapter. Please just anywhere you see NAPI event, just find time. If you cannot be there physically, just try and be there virtually. Just find time to join because we explore for the petroleum industry. Just join and start to get one or two things to benefit from it. Thank you so much. And I equally appreciate the guest speaker. Thank you so much for finding time to be here. Despite the challenge we had, she was here on time. So thank you so much, Dr. Francis, for doing this for Warri chapter and it's all for NAPI General. God bless you. And thank you to all our members that are here. Our senior members are here. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Professor Juliet Omonefe, that's the chapter coordinator. So very quickly, we want to welcome the president speech. I don't know if it's online. President, please, can you come online? And that's John Bosco Uchi, FNAP. Let's welcome him.
President is not online. So the president-elect, Mrs. Olajuma Krajai, give us the speech.
Okay. Okay, can everyone hear me?
We can hear you, ma'am.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of the president of our great association, I welcome us all to today's Warri chapter technical and business meeting. It's always an exciting time for me. Anytime you call on us to attend your technical meeting because the topics are always one that I don't always want to miss. So thank you very much, Warri chapter coordinator, for doing this all the time, and all the ESCO members with you there. Thank you for a job well done. I looked at the topic of today, quantitative amplitude variation with offset analysis of seismic data for reservoir characterization. This is a very good topic, and I believe, like we all know, geosciences are what we do is the foundation of all that the industry holds. If we don't get it right, then there's nothing like production or putting surface facility in place. So this is one of the things we need to get right to ensure that whatever we predict or we give as prospects to be drilled is actually what it is and what will be successful at the end of the day. So I want us all to sit back and listen attentively. And I believe the speaker will do justice to the topic. So let's take as much as we can. Who knows, one or two things you get from the discussion of today will be what will help you to get what you're doing in your office right. So please don't take it for granted. These are the type of topics people go abroad to pay for, training and all that. We get it on a platter of gold in NAPI. So let's just not see it as one of those cheap things we get freely. Let's see it as a period of knowledge gathering. I will also sit back to gain as much as I can. So thank you very much, everyone. And let's have a good session. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Quickly, we want to welcome the chairman's speech, but before that, our chairman for the occasion is Dr. Omonefe, that's the head of the Department of Geology in Frandee. Please, can we give a hand of applause for him? So, Dr. Omonefe is a senior lecturer and the acting head in the Department of Geology, Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Frandee. Dr. Omonefe holds a PhD in geology and MSc and PhD in petroleum geology. He also holds professional certificates in sequence stratigraphy, concepts of reservoir management, structural geology, fundamentals of reservoir, description and modeling of geostatistics, and fault, seal, and trough analysis. He is a registered member of the Council of Nigerian Mining Engineers and Geoscientists, COMEG. He was former acting director of the Institute of Extensive Learning of Frandee. He has served in several academic and research committees at his university and on a national level, including in petroleum technology development, that's PDTF. He was a former doctoral research exploration geologist at the Shell Petroleum Development Company, Port Harcourt, where he applied concept of seismic sedimentology and sequence stratigraphy to enhance hydrocarbons prospective and reservoir depositional modeling. Dr. Omonefe has over the years successfully supervised many undergraduate and postgraduate student projects. His collaborative research effort with students and colleagues, both in academia and in oil and gas industry, has resulted in the publication of several high-impact local and international scientific research articles. He was a nominee of the 2021 American Association of Petroleum Geologists, AAPG, Best Research Article Sproul Award, international conferences. He is an active member of the Nigerian Mining and Geoscience Society, NNGS, and the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists, NAMPE, where he has served in several capacities to the growth and development of the association. His research interests include sequence stratigraphy, reservoir characterization, clastic depositional systems, hydrocarbon and structural geology. Dr. Omonefe is happily married and blessed with children. He uses leisure time to play chess, go hiking, and swim. Please welcome Dr. Omonefe.
Very much. I want to use this opportunity to thank our president, the NAPI president, the president-elect, and our chapter coordinator for giving me this opportunity to drive this technical session. I will also welcome you to this technical session. And I want to read the citation of the presenter, Dr. Francis Omonefe. Yes. Dr. Francis Omonefe is a dynamic Nigerian geophysicist with over 10 years of multidisciplinary experience, spanning geophysical data analysis, petrophysics, and geotechnical investigations. Holding a PhD in exploration geophysics Dr. Omonefe has contributed to a range of high-impact projects across Nigeria, DR Congo, and Pakistan, especially in mineral exploration and petrophysics, using advanced geospatial tools and software such as Petrel, REST 2D, ArcGIS, Pro, Oasis, Matrix, and Interactive Petrophysics. Currently serving as an exploration geophysics with polygon investment and remote geophysics for Geo Horizon International, Pakistan. She combined technical proficiency with academic rigor, as evidenced by numerous peer-reviewed publications and hands-on field work. Dr. Omonefe's extensive portfolio also includes leadership roles in funding, consulting, and contribution to pipeline integrity surveys, borehole drilling supervision, and educational content creation. Her professional profile reflects a rare blend of field expertise, teaching experience, and cutting-edge research, making her a valuable asset in both academic and industrial settings. Well done. Presentation. So before she continues, we are going to take presentation in this order. After the presentation, we are entertaining comments, contribution, and questions, both from online and physical. Okay. And she has 30 minutes of presentation. Thank you. What is your set?
Wow. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here, and I hope you guys are glad to be here as well. Can you guys hear me online? Can everybody hear me online? They can be heard. So it's okay. Okay, right. So I can on the board, right?
Yes.
My name is Dr. Frandee. Exploration Geophysics, currently working with Frandee Consulting. And I am so delighted to be here doing some technical business meetings with new people. So I can see that my audience are a variety of people, because I can see that I have students online, and offline, and I have professionals, and I have lecturers. So I'll try my best to make these sessions very interesting and probably funny, because when you are serious teaching, then people are carried away. I don't want to listen again because the seriousness is too much. Yes, before I start, I would like to thank some special people, especially my husband, Mr. Amarutua Francis. Also to my sponsor, Mr. Francis Ikyobi. So the CEO of Frandee Consulting, Mr. Francis Okodaso. You can see that I'm so surrounded with Francis. My life is around Francis. God is blessing me with Francis. Well, okay, so it's all right. Today we'll be talking about quantitative amplitude variation with offset data for reservoir characterization. I have 30 minutes, but I plan to talk for 1 hour, 1 hour of interesting interaction. So I'll try my best to rush up. But before I start, I'd like to say something, and that thing has changed the way I communicate, the way I present, and the way I teach. Some times ago, I was doing a presentation like this, After presenting for more than 1 hour, I noticed that only 30% of my audience were clapping. What happened to the 70%? I don't know. They were not following. So I was wondering why I was able to carry 30% alone. Why not the entire 100%? I realized even the 30% I was carrying alone, they were geologists like me, geophysics like me. So what happened to the people here from other just to listen to me? While I was thinking, somebody raised up his hand to ask me a question from the crowd, and I noticed that it was not on the 30% I was satisfied with my presentation. So I was like, so she not come and ask me to define geo or logic, because as at then, definition was not my thing. They popularly call me the workstation doctor, because my work is always in the workstation. We get the job done from the workstation. So while he was raising up his hand, I was scared, but he asked a simple question that changed everything, that changed the way I would teach yesterday. He said, excuse me, you have a very nice presentation, and I can see some people are carried along. So now, how do you tell the village woman, or somebody in your village who has never been to the focus of any education, who has never or cannot even read or write or speak English? Now, how do you tell that woman in your village that geophysics is not hard? So I would like to, for like 30 minutes, I was blank. I had no answer to that question. Then I got an inspiration. Yes, I'll call it an inspiration. I started speaking my native dialect. Started speaking, and for like 2 minutes I stopped talking. I said, yes, that's how I tell women from my village. Geophysics is not hard. And to my greatest surprise, this time everybody was laughing. So I was not wondering, because I was sure everybody would get what I was saying. People told me that I was speaking the language I did not even know what I was saying. So the man stood up again and said, that was beautiful. So it means by explaining geophysics to the woman, I was using elements around. I wasn't using all the grammars I was speaking before. Something I would just explain like I was using formulas to describe lights. Everybody are not on geophysics. Everybody is not on geology. So it is fair that I present a very basic manner so that people who are as advanced as me will understand what I am saying. So with this audience here, don't expect to speak or hear me grammar speaking. I will explain as basic as possible. So let's go to the business of the day. An introduction. Yes, the word of quantitative APO analysis. APO is Amplitude relation concept. But what quantitative APO analysis is basically about characterizing your reservoir using a method called amplitude variation concept, AVO. Now, AVO or quantitative analysis itself is about characterizing your reservoir using number. While qualitative analysis is characterizing your reservoir in a general form, like when you say when it is green, it's good. When it is bad, when it is red, it's bad. That means you are qualitatively doing your analysis. But when it comes to quantitative, it's giving that general red and black or red and green to numbers. Then I will say, okay, can we have some volume on the speaker? Okay, so when it comes to quantitative analysis, it means we leave that general analysis of red and black. So numbers, I will not be like when it is 10, it is good, and when it is 2, it is poor. So that's different between qualitative and quantitative analysis. And AVO analysis is something we do to get the raw physical properties. Like if I do AVO analysis on the soil, I can tell the velocity of the soil, I can tell all the physical properties of the soil, then how the definition say, okay, this soil has the capacity to host hydrocarbon, or it does not have the capacity to host hydrocarbon. So that's the business of the day. Now we all know that finding new oil reserves is not as easy as it was in the previous centuries. Yes, it's no longer in our backyard. The ones in our backyard, they are taking it away. So people now go into deeper, deep sea. Some people went to Igbo forest. People are going far away to look for hydrocarbon. Impossible to reach. When you see that area, you feel like, if you enter here, you die, but because you are looking for hydrocarbon, and the need for hydrocarbon is still higher now. people go as far as Igbo forest for hydrocarbon. But still, by going to Igbo forest or far places for hydrocarbon or difficult terms, people still get clients. You will go there and you will not see anything. And every study will help us to eliminate such problems. So exploration technology, it does use a seismic detection method to find structures that have potential and carbon. And this is what we are about, seismic deflection. Yes, amplitude variation is about seismic deflection. Next slide. Now, for the sake of the people who will be hearing the analysis or hydrocarbon exploration for the first time, I try to add this slide. Now, before we get hydrocarbon, we need to follow this step. You don't just wake up and say, there's hydrocarbon, I feel like there's hydrocarbon in cooking. No, you don't do that. All these steps must be followed before you get to the point of production and development. And the first step is desk study, what we call desk study. Desk study is sending people to the field. You send geologists to the field and say, okay, this area we heard that in 1903, there was an oil well here. Let's go and check again if there's oil well or if the area is favorable to most hydrocarbon. So they send geologists to the field to look for samples, they collect samples, they ask questions around how far is there any oil exploration site anywhere in your community. Okay, if it's a favorable ecology to produce hydrocarbon, they carry those things to the lab, collect samples, collect results. That's the one. Now, after getting a favorable result from those samples collected physically, they will now do an area survey. Now, what is an area survey? Because they scan the whole of the area using gravity and magnetics, GIS, remote sensing, flight drone, all of that. They do everything to look for signals that at least draw us to the narrow place to collect our hydrocarbon. Then after that, they send people to do ground shooting. What is ground shooting? You go to your phone, your respiratory, you want to collect your ground sample. And one of the first hydrocarbon exploration, one of the most widely used methods is the seismic survey. Yes, and that's where APO comes to play. Now, if number 3 fail, number 4, 5, and 6 is useless. It's about to found. They are not going forward. So number 3 is very, very important. After number 3, you carry your samples, you take them, you carry your data, you take them to the workstation, you clean them, you join, you can pick it and say, okay, we have an hydrocarbon at this location. Then you can now send your engineer to do exploration to appraiser, production, and development. Next slide. Now, before sending your engineers to the field, it depends on us. We are going to do work. We are going to tell the engineers to go or not to go. Now, before APO study, okay, APO study have been active since I think 1986 or something. Before then, people used bright spots to go to the field and stream. Then when getting at the carbon was not as hard as now, people just look at your testing session. For those of you who are doing getting evaluations, you know what the testing session is now. That testing session that is yellow and black color. People look at it and for one bright yellow or red color. And look at it and say, yes, it's an hydrocarbon application, the bright spots, you carry that with the band. But recently, carrying your things to 1 3 based on dry spots is to come out with this nothing. So the need for APO analysis is now very, very important. So APO help us to detect additional anomaly or additional information. You can know the methodology, you can know the porosity, you can know perfume and saturation and everything that we need to know about information. You can also discriminate like hydrocarbon. If you see it that this is hydrocarbon, this is ecology, this is hydrocarbon. You can see it with your APO study. So in geophysics and reflection technology, APO is a general term that refers to dependency of seismic attributes or amplitude with offset. Yes, you can do your offset, you can do your attributes. Now, APO analysis is a technique that geophysics can execute on seismic data to determine a rock type. You might need to determine your porosity, your density, your seismic velocity, your shear wave, and even fluid indicator before going to the field. The truth is that your APO analysis format for anything, please stay away. This is the study data. Yes, and the location for the study data data was gotten from Niger Delta. And we all know that the Niger Delta is the house for hydrocarbon in Nigeria. Although people are saying that they are seeing, oh my God. People are saying that they are seeing hydrocarbon somewhere else in some other parts of Nigeria, but we all know that the Niger Delta is in the UK. And the geology of Niger Delta has been described by many authors. Since 1965, people have been describing the ecology of Niger Delta. And also, people guys wrote beautiful article about the Niger Delta. Next slide. We all know that this is the map of Niger Delta, and then it's like this. Next slide, please. So the geology of Niger Delta is to have those into stratigraphic images. They are other, they are attack, and the they are all sitting on the Benin Formation. The Benin Formation is not to host water. Yes, or your borehole drilling is on Abala Formation, then Benin Formation. The soccer wave is on Benin Formation, everything Benin Formation. Then beneath the Benin Formation, we have the Akata, the Abala Formation. And the Abala Formation is not to house our hydrocarbon. Then beneath the Akata Formation, we have the Abala Formation, we have the Akata Formation. And the Akata Formation is not to be the people. Hydrocarbon don't stay there, but that was where everything generated from. I do not go to the Akata Formation waiting for us to send our bomb to treat them. Next slide. Now, the justification for ABO study is that ABO study will help us to validate hydrocarbon anomalies. First, hydrocarbon anomalies, and they will thereby reduce risk that may lead to dry hole and reduce risk, the cost of interpreting data for the data. Yes, you know, when you go to dry hole, you know how much you have risk. Now, just get this one like this. Go. Next slide. ABO study, yes, the specific objective for ABO study is number one, to discriminate methodology. Yes, you can use ABO study to discriminate methodology. You can also use ABO study to set and classify hydrocarbon fluid. You can use ABO study to extract geologic structure. You can use ABO study to characterize reservoir using various cross-plots, which is very important. And the beauty of ABO study is cross-plots. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, as you can see, next slide. ABO study has been in existence since 1899. It was NOX that started this ABO team, and many authors, many scholars have been developing on ABO study. And today we have the beautiful team that is dependable and reliable and efficient. Next slide. Next slide. Yes, method. The ABO study has many methods or many steps in achieving it. Yes, when you are doing ABO study, you can be doing like 16 steps. But here I will be summarizing it into 7 steps. And that is the first part is well-log interpretation. Now, well-log interpretation is the first thing for every reservoir characterization. Yes, ABO well-log analysis. Tested, whether you are doing basic evaluation, as long as they call it hydrocarbon, you must do your well-log interpretation. Then the next thing followed by AVO modeling. This will help us to create an offset-dependent status. And also, after that, followed by assessment to wet time. Those people doing basic evaluation, you know what set to wet time is, and your well to your assessment, because the well is measured in depth and your assessment is measured in time. They are not in the same terrain at all. So you have to put time to tie both of them together. Next slide. Then the next thing is to do your ABO gradient analysis. This will help us to classify the kind of hydrocarbon reservoir that we have. And this information is for the engineers. And also, the last thing to do, we'll be able to start conversion. Yes, this will help us to transform angle gatherers into elastic volumes. And lastly, we'll now do our cross plot. Next slide, please. We'll now do our cross plot. We cross plot all these things and to see this will help us to discriminate our ecology from our hydrocarbon. Next slide. So before doing any study or any there must be ingredients. So the ingredients for doing an ABO study is a well-log and a 3D pre-stack volume. Now, pre-stack volume. But those of us doing basic evaluation, the data we see the post-stack seismic volume. But for ABO study, must be able to start. Now, what's the difference? Now, most of us want to ask, what's the difference between to start and to start? Yes, when we are going, we might see different, but let me just try and explain. Now, as you want to apply, to start, post start, post after you have done all your cleaning, your cleaning and everything, you now start them together to create one fold, one separate thing, and not separate it. Okay, we start the process before you start starting it. So it's something you can actually bring out one tiny line and say this is your seismic line. No, it's not packed together, it's separated from the start. So you can actually manipulate it to play gather and everything you want to do with the start seismic following. Now this data set was officially requested for and was gotten from Share. Next. Yes, the software used. We know as a geophysicist who has been inside the workstation, we know that there is different software for different problems. If somebody comes and says, "Ma'am, we want to do gravity and magnetics," I'll just tell you go and use Warri's montage. I want to do getting evaluation, back carry petrol and use. I want to do resistivity, 1D and 2D, back carry resistivity inversion. Now I want to do APO. I always recommend use the answer research. So answer research is basically the opposite sign for APO study. Yes, the steps are, you know what you are doing, steps are easy to follow. When you are seeing something of the steps, we just need small talk. We have a beautiful result, now walk yourself through it. So next slide. Yes, answer research is not a free software. License just way measures. But there are ways where we can do for the license so that students will not go and pay the $1,500 to license a software just wait for extra. So next slide. Yes, result and discussion. Before I go into result and discussion, I would like to say something which is very, very important. It's going to affect the way I present this my result now. APO study has plenty results. If I want to put all the results there, I will have like 550 slides. But it's not necessary. Like I said, the methodology was divided into 7 steps. Right, I'm supposed to just put 7 steps there. I will say this is the result from step 1, this is the result from step 2, step 3, step 4. Now the reason why I'm doing this was because I went for a presentation. I didn't know that nowadays people who are knowledgeable don't open business. So you have one just look together, you employ people who stay and together to rest your own business strategy. So I was doing a presentation in Masarawa, and because I was the one that did work from beginning to end, I thought it was right for me to pack all my results because you know that I want to show you that I was one. Like, if you see results, it was very long. So I did the presentation. After presenting for more than 30 minutes, I said all what I want to say inside the presentation. The man I said, thank you, doctor, what a wonderful presentation. And my question still remained, I'll be the good. I could not say, I just said, inside my presentation, I will have something to respond. But like what I said was too many. So because of that, when doing professional presentation, don't just pack on your slide. Just go straight to the point. Yeah, this is the result, this is it. Yeah, I need to play a key pitch. So that was the question I was getting. If there was not there, I'll answer yes there. If you big, so we can go as good. So that's it. This is why my result will not be 5 slides, but these few ones. That is the result of the well analysis. Let me come close to the project. I know that you might not see it very fast. This is the gamma law. This is the chemical law. This is resistivity. This is density, and this is density and porosity. This is porosity, density and neutral porosity. This is porosity, and this is water saturation. Now, these laws are very important. This is the result after a petrophysical analysis. After a petrophysics has been done, so we are able to generate all these 20 laws. And from the log results. So from the log results, you can see. I thought we are. You can see that I highlighted this point as my zone of interest. Now, the reason is that although I identified point A, B, C, D, and E as possible reservoir zones, but after looking at these other laws that helps us to define the reservoir, point C or zone C and zone E became our priority, our zone of interest. This is because I have a clean sand formation here. Okay, let me start from Reservoir A. Reservoir A has a clean sand formation here, but have no restricted spike. Hydrocarbon is known to spike to give us a restricted spike, but we have no restricted spike there. And looking at the water saturation, we have high water saturation. So this is the water reservoir. We have a neutral porosity and density crossover here, but it is not fat, it's not fish. So this is the water formation. We call it brine. So the next one is our reservoir B. As you can see, this is a shale formation. This is a shale formation. There's no restricted spike here. And we have no crossover. There's no crossover here. No crossover. And we have no reasonable porosity information. We have no water saturation. According to my colleagues, they will say that place is a breeze formation. There's nothing there. No water, nothing, just a shale formation. And the next one is our reservoir C. You can see we have a clean sand formation. We have a reasonable spike. Then we have a crossover. The crossover is good facts. There's a good crossover here. Then we have good porosity and we have low water saturation. So this and T has similar characteristics. Next slide. And this is the result for our petrophysics. So as you can see, my reservoir C, which is my zone of interest, is 32.5 meters thick. It's a clean sand formation, and the formation fluid type that we can detect from our petrophysics is oil or carbon, and that's the same for reservoir E. But now, maybe when you are doing your AVO study, the story might be different, because this is what the petrophysics sent to us and said this is what we can find. So now with this as our clue, we'll now go forward to continue our study. Now, every information is read from stage 1, right? So stage 2. Don't just start from any stage you like. You must start from stage 1, then apply your result to stage 2. Now that you keep going until you actually get the result. Next slide. So this is our AVO coded window. Now, what this helps us to do is to calculate for other rock physics parameters which will be needed to characterize our reservoir. This window, we are able to generate our S-wave law or S-wave velocity. Now, this was done using mathematical model because the well has no S-wave, but you need an S-wave to do your AVO analysis. So it was calculated using the Castagnard equation, Castagnard theory or equations. And so we now have our S-wave law and we now have our Questors ratio. This is what we call the fluid replacement modeling, FRM. So this is the result after our fluid replacement modeling. So this will help us to create our offset dependency. So this is the result from that loss I just showed you. And you can see that our zone C. So this is the PV velocity of each layer, the S velocity of each layer, the density of values of each formation, and that is the impedance value for each formation. So this is our elastic parameters for every formation. Next slide. So after doing our AVO model, the next thing to do is our seismic to west type. This is step 3. Now on the seismic to west type, now if you can see, this is my seismic volume. This is not what you see when you are doing your basic evaluation. That one has color. Yes, it has color. But this is our seismic volume for the stack. So you see, if you look very closely, you see that this is a signal amplitude. This is a signal that has amplitude and there's peak and short. Then the peak, if you have high peak, it displays as black. But if you have low peak, it displays as blue color. So you can see that from our well information, we're able to tie and say, okay, this area is our zone of interest. As you can see, it's a bright spot. It's a bright spot, but we have other bright spots. So why do we not pick other bright spots? Now, other bright spots will give lithology contrast. Maybe we are moving from the formation to the after formation. So when you don't have an idea what a bright spot is, just carry your your apparatus and say, this is the bigger bright spot. Let's go here and go and drill. And at the end of the day, they are drilling bricks. So let's like this. So I told you we are able to do an offset dependency. So with our offset stack, you can see that from here offset, that's from 0 to 25. You can stack your data together, arrange them together. You can see that this was able to give us a better bright spot than the stack of far offset. So far offset, it is not visible there, but for near offset, it is very visible. At least there is a sign of hydrocarbon in the both offset stack. Next slide. So this is the result for the full offset stack. See that our hydrocarbon and our bright spot is very, very visible. And it was detected in this line and this line and time frame. Next slide. I think we use seismic to wet time. We have not left seismic to wet time. Now seismic to wet time window, you can see that this is our synthetics, this is our straight gas, and this is our seismic, and this is our well. Now this is where we now do all the time to make sure that our zone of interest, this zone of interest is tied to our bright spot. Next. So after the seismic to wet time, successful seismic to wet time, you now do your what we call APU analysis. Yeah, that's the next step. So on our APU analysis, you will be able to compare your synthetic data with your real data, as well as your well log. The well log must match with what you are showing. Then the next thing, you'll be able to do a super data. You'll be able to do a super data, and this is the result of the super data. And the next thing is to do your incident angle. That's the result for your incident angle, and to do your angle data. This is the result for your angle data. Next slide. Now, the next thing to do is APU attribute analysis. Now, this is the result for the APU attribute analysis. Now, what this tells us is that this is our reservoir top. The red line is our reservoir top, facing like this, and the blue line is our reservoir base, facing that way. So, anytime you face it, it's just like you flip, when you flip it, it's facing up. Next slide. So, what this means is that if you have a shape like this, means that you have a reservoir class 4. So on your intercept and gradient cross plot also, you can see that we have an AVO class 4 because we have a negative top and a positive base. This is our top and this is our base. You see this red and blue line. So we have a negative top and a positive base, and it's also an indication of class 4. So what this means is that we have a relative impedance lower than the overlaying limit. And also this information is for your drilling engineers. It means that your reservoir is of soft sand and low porosity. So we have a low porosity reservoir like this for having a class 4 reservoir. We all know that when you are doing your base evaluation, you must pick your top and your rising. So you can also do that in AVO analysis inside our services. So from our top, our horizon kit, you can see that our formation has 2 major faults. And you know that fault and Niger Delta is 5 and 6. Next slide. So after that, we go to what we call the post-stack seismic version. Yes, this is the result for your post-stack seismic version. And you can now see that after doing your seismic version, our reservoirs are now visible, and you can see that our reservoir has an articulated structure. You can see that this is reservoir 1, A, B, C, D, like that. You can see it in all of them. You can see that we're able to detect faults after doing post-stack seismic version. So this is for the P impedance, this is for density, this is for S impedance, and that is for the synthetics. All of them giving me the same price. Yes. Also, an inverted seismic version is needed. The results show that our reservoir is an alkaline and faulted structure in all the inverted volumes. Next. This is very, very important. When you come here, if you don't see all this discrimination, please carry your hand and go. Don't go to the field. Now, this is the result of our cross plot. Now, all these things that we are doing, impedance, they are all in logs information. We have them in log. So this is our DPPS ratio. Along the way, we have generated all these things. But because I'm not doing a software demonstration, you will not see it. You want to see the results right now. So this is for our DPPS here, and this is for our impedance. Now those two logs we have just plotted together. And as you can see, we have our hydrocarbon zone separated from our background trend. Yes, I call it background trend or mythology. So this is our hydrocarbon saturated zone. When you highlight it on your log section, you see it highlight there. So now you now know that okay, for social depth here, we have a favorable hydrocarbon accumulation here, and that is the depth range when you look at it from your well log. So if you just do this thing without showing it on the well log, it is meaningless. So yeah, what is here now? So you have to show it on your depth to know our zone of interest inside our well log. Next. So this is the cross plot for rho versus lambda rho. All these are elastic properties, raw properties. Now you can see that we have an hydrocarbon isolation here, the discrimination here separated from our trends, from our background trends, and you can see that it is highlighted on the well log and also falls within our depth range, that's which is Reservoir C. I'm not saying Reservoir E again, Reservoir E and branch here. Next. So this is for S-wave and P-wave hydrocarbon cross plots, and you can see, cross plot. You can see that our hydrocarbon is highlighted, and you can see the same range, falls within the same range, which is our zone C. Next. And this is for the DPPS ratio and P-wave cross plot. Hydrocarbon still isolated, and when you see, you can see I changed color to yellow now, so that now you can see. When you change to you see a yellow signal on our well log, and the depth range C4 with it, where do we see? Next. So this is for another cross plot, another rock property cross plot. You can see our hydrocarbon zone, and we still the same depth range. Next. The same thing, DPPS ratio versus lambda rho, we do a cross plot, and when you see our hydrocarbon accumulation, it still falls within our zone of interest. Yes. Next slide. So, in conclusion, like I said, you didn't see all this discrimination, you didn't see all this separation, everything is just background trend. And please stay in my house. So, as you can see, this ABO study has been proven to at least then to discriminate our mythology, to bring out our raw properties, bring out reasonable information that will help us to characterize our reservoir. And this alone will help us to eliminate drilling dry holes based on bright spots. So this is just different techniques from normal basin evaluation that we know as market students. Next. So recommendation, yes. From what I just displayed or from what I just did, if I would make a recommendation, I would recommend that a structural interpretation should be done on the data set. Let's know the kind of fault and where the fault is coming from and where it's ending. Yes, and also I recommend that we should have a university and oil industry linkage that will help strengthen the university so as to make it easier for students to have access to research data. Because if you are looking for research data, you be like a child that is sent to the market and you didn't buy the correct thing. You keep on going back. I remember when I was sourcing for an ABO data, I was going to share as my company. They will give me one, I want to check it, no, I will go back, come back. So imagine that they are sending you that work. You just see yourself paying transport to oil industry, like as if you are going to the market to buy or return. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Omonefe, for your season presentation. We'll now welcome the chairman for a recap.
Yes, thank you very much. I try to promote that presentation. Yes. So the recap. Dr. Omonefe informed us that the data for the study were provided by SBDC Nigeria, and the data included 3D volume pre-started seismic volume and composite well logs from a studio named Feed, located in the shallow offshore region of the Niger Delta region. She made us to understand that there is a decline in hydrocarbon production in most fields offshore Niger Delta basin, even as energy demand continues to increase. This has forced hydrocarbon exploration to deeper water exploration, where we have a more complex and subtle petroleum system. She continued that finding hydrocarbon reservoir at traps in this complex setting is becoming harder, riskier, and more expensive. She explained that using bright spots for identifying hydrocarbon prospects greatly increased the success rate for one cast gas well. She explained further that bright spot method has some limitations because lithological conditions under the gas can cause bright reflections. That dry holes drilled on bright spots have found wet sand, lignite, and igneous intrusions. Hence, she adopted an integrated approach in her study in order to enhance lithophilic zone of
Okay, a comment, contribution, and question. Just before that, principle, we have the geophysics and the something pages to footprint. We also have that Aladdin and Tony testing from OpenTech Global Service Limited. One, two.
Geophysics. Also, we're recognizing Alex O. Tegauke from Footprint. Thank you for coming. Opaleye Uladeji Pizza. Thank you for coming. We want to recognize Dr. Okeze from Geophysics. Thank you for coming. M.O. Antenaga from Footprint. Thank you for coming. Let's pray. Yeah, okay, thank you. We also want to recognize the students that have taken their time to be here, that recognize the importance of meetings like this. We want to thank you for your time with us. Thank you very much for coming. We can now go back to the question and answer section.
Those online, if you have a question, we have some.
There's a question from Amber. Asking if we have access.
Fine. Let's off the other one. You can continue.
Okay, so somebody's asking if I had access to record data for this research, and the answer is no. And it's also asking if answer research can be used to pick faults, and the answer is still no. So that's why most of the time people do seismic analysis or basic evaluation with what's called Petre. Yeah, I told you this is just for APO study. Answer research is for APO study, and it's not meant to be fault. But you can pick on it.
That's good.
My name is Frandee, the student at the Department of Petroleum Engineering. So now, under the methodology That's a point where you mentioned if you with that. And also my second question is for students that are able to okay, the angle gather and super gather is a technique that we use to assemble our seismic lines together. As we have angle gather format to see how your seismic is going. And for the advice, yes, that advice part is very, very important. Start now. Start your career now. Don't. Yes, I started very early. I started with school. I started with submitting data my lecturer would bring for me. As I then I had access to a higher system.
Technology department to really very well. So if you have any company with you, this is geology department, and somebody is there 24/7 for working hours. So that was what Peter said that grade us us to know. And the quality, yes, your seismic must have quality. So it must be clean and free of so by the time your data is not of good quality, then you are floating. No, you can't get
TOC, total availability. See, this is not from petrophysics. This question, can you the question?
Yes, yes.
Another question. The answer is also how can you generate have access to core data? You use other softwares to get your information. You see, in the world of geophysics, you don't rely on one software. Fine, you can rely on one software if you are not trying to get too much detail. Have you guys tried? Because I do mining as well. I'm into the mining field, the mine for gold and lithium. Maybe they should get your department also that problem for us. Actually, it's asking how you solve problem or going to the oil industry and they will give you wrong data and now go back again. It's me that will solve it. Not me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if we still have any other question. We want to recognize our very own Dr. Mrs. Omonefe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much. And so I think that thank you for the wonderful presentation, your time. Recording in progress.
So thank you. We appreciate it. I will believe also that from February, March, we'll call on you again, before next year run starts. Thank you so much. P, are you there? Hello, P. Today, can you hear me? Yeah, also like that. I'm not sure. Okay, can you hear me?
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Okay, so it's like we lost them or they lost us. Hello, today, are you there? Go to the next slide. Huh? Okay, so now it's being kind of.
Right. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. It was actually our president that I was talking to on phone. So thank you very much, our speaker. Thank you for doing an excellent job. I didn't expect anything less. So on behalf of the Warri chapter, I present this soft copy of your plaque, and I believe the actual plaque will be made available to you soon. So we present to Dr. Omonefe Francis, Exploration and Geophysics, Frandee Consulting, who gave this excellent presentation to us today at the Technical and Business Meeting of October 2025 Warri chapter meeting. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we believe that you'll be available next time we call upon you. God bless you. And also to our chairman, Dr. Ovie Ogbe. Thank you very much for doing a good summary and coordinating the question and answer session very well. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting to share this meeting and making yourself available. We also appreciate you. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to having you when next we call upon you. Thank you for associating with NAPI. God bless.
Thank you, B.
Okay, I'll be taking the announcement. We have the 43rd NAPE Annual International Conference and Exhibition night will be coming up on the 9th to the 13th of November 2025. And the theme is revitalizing the Nigerian petroleum exploration and production strategies for energy security and sustainable development. For those of you that have not been there before, please make it a date and you'll never regret it. Registration is ongoing, but there are no early bets now, so we have late bets, which took effect from September 1st. So if you are active members, we have that if you are a NAPE member, you are very active, meaning you are financially up to date, is 110,000. Non-members is 120,000. For lecturers who are active, is 70,000. Student members who are active is 50,000. And for internationals is $285. For more information, you can visit the NAPE website. We want to thank the Warri chapter for sponsoring this month meeting, and we want to welcome anyone from the private and public body to please come and partner with us so we can be having this kind of business meeting where great ideas are shared. Thank you very much. Also, membership registration is still ongoing. If you want to become a member of this great body, NAPE, you don't have to pay. Geophysics first, okay? Even petroleum student or a natural gas student, you are welcome to become member of this great association. Even physics, because it's a big meeting that shares a lot of ideas across the discipline. So for student membership is 2,000 naira. If you're already an active member are like lecturers, technology is 12,000 naira. These are the dues that you pay. Associate members, 12,000 naira. Corporate members, 50,000 naira. Thank you all for coming. God bless you.
So those online, please can you just put on your video so that you can snap online. Today, are you there? Hello, today. Let's put on our video, those online, so we can do it now. Today, can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, so just do the snap online. Let's say no on the video, just snap online. So we can add it to our pictures for the physical. Once you are done, let us know.
Okay.
Okay, today they don't have permission to turn on their videos. Can you grant the permission so they can turn on their videos? Austin and Tori, you are going to hear raise your hand.
Thanks for
So the alpha.
Yes, I've taken the picture.
Okay, so we are done with the pictures.
Today I was looking down when. Did you take it before then?
Okay, let me take another one.
Happy again, oh.
Okay, I've taken it.
No. So our picture of this order. The presenter and the exco. After it's now the professional and the student, and we'll now start the general one. Please just hold on. Thank you.
Oh, we are let's do the vote of thanks. So I think all my time. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for finding time to join the Warri October technical meeting. We appreciate our president. I think it was online and briefly, and he went off again. The P has been online from the beginning. Thank you so much, P. We appreciate you. Since February, you have been constantly online. You are the president. Warri chapter appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we appreciate all the ESCO members that are online. The board of trustees members are online. The advisory council that are online. Thank you so much. And all members for finding time out of your busy schedule to join Warri chapter. Thank you. And we hope that as we kick off again next year, February, you will continue to join us. And we appreciate everyone too that by November, second week of November, NAPI conference is coming up. Please endeavor to mark your calendar and be there. You can't afford to miss the NAPI conference. Thank you so much. And for our physical audience, we really appreciate you because we have the solution here that the students have put some distance to get to this venue. So it's discouraged and so able to thank you for finding time to track that distance and come down here. We appreciate you. Now we appreciate you. On behalf of the president, thank you so much for finding time to be here. God bless you. Thank you. So we can go the pictures now. Thank you.